Hello, guys. Welcome again to the 3010 podcast. I'm your host, Nathan Nguyen, joined by my guy, Brian Germanaro. As always, happy Tuesday to y'all. Gosh, what a weekend. Another week of football is in the books, and unfortunately, it was another loss for the New York football Giants. But this time, it was not, it was a hard fought game, um, to say the least. But unfortunately, the Giants came out on the losing end as the Cowboys would win on a last second field goal to win 40-37 that took up the entire overtime period. And yeah, it was a tough one to watch as a fan. It was a fun game to watch, but unfortunately, Giants fall to 0-2 here in 2025. Brian, good to see you as always, my friend. How you doing?
You know, I haven't seen my football team win a game all year, so not great.
That's right. Both of your teams have not won all year.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll talk about Notre Dame actually later on in the show, because I want to get your thoughts on that because it's
Yeah.
it's a bit concerning now because
It's
last
very
year,
it's very similar concerns I have with the Giants after this game, ironically enough.
I see. Oh, we'll
Mm-hmm.
break it all down right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't got much honestly on my mind in terms of everything else. But yeah, let's just get right into it
Just
because
jump in. Yeah.
there's a lot to break down actually. But yeah, Cowboys 40, Giants 37 in overtime. We talked about this off air, and I was telling everyone else that I watched the games on Sunday. You know, my best friend Josh. I told the guys in the corner booth as well. This is probably one of the more exciting games I've ever watched as a fan, but also probably the most depressing as
Yeah.
well. And it's like you play all four quarters, you go into overtime, high scoring game between both teams.
Highest of all time. It's never been a higher Giants Cowboys game ever.
Yeah, no, I can't remember any games that went
You know.
that
No, the only one they
overtime.
said was Romo and Eli on Sunday Night Football one year was like 35-37, I
Mm.
think.
And they went to overtime too.
Yeah, I think I want to say I forgot what year it was, but I think it was like Sunday Night Football. I mean, that doesn't narrow it down because the Giants and Cowboys always seem to play each other on Sunday Night Football. But yeah, no, it was like a Sunday Night Football game in like the past 15 years. It was the only game
Mm.
that came close to it.
There you go. Well, this one is far it's up there for sure.
Oh yeah, no.
But it was probably the most heartbreaking loss I've seen in some time. And yeah, the Giants fall to 0-2 for the seventh time in 10 years, my friend. It's
Mm-hmm.
not a pretty sight around here.
No.
And unfortunately, it was the eighth straight loss to a team in the NFC East, and we
That
officially.
can't happen. Can't happen. You can't. I'm sorry. You have to beat your division. That's the one thing you have to do in this league. Win your
If you want to
divisional
compete,
games.
that's right. If you want to compete, you gotta beat the guys in your own division. Simple as that.
Mm-hmm.
And we have the worst record since 2017 at 40-93-1. And we are now 11-31-1 under Brian Dable. We are the first team to have a player who recorded 4 straight penalties on one drive. We know who that
This
is.
century.
We'll talk about him later. And we
The
have
fact
now.
that we still have to talk about him is a problem. The fact that he's not unemployed this morning is a problem.
I know, but then again, we did spend 12 million, so cutting him would
I
be a.
don't care. I don't care. What he did on Sunday
Hey,
was an absolute embarrassment to the Giants organization. And John
I,
Mara's his biggest. You know what? We give John Mara a lot of grief on this show, and rightfully so. But the one thing I've always given John Mara credit for is he does not want the Giants to be a laughing stock or an embarrassment. That's why he fired McAdoo after the Eli situation. That's why he fired Jerry Reese after the Eli situation. That's why he fired Joe Judge after the Jake Fromm problems. He doesn't want the Giants to be a laughing stock. And what James Hudson did on Sunday makes the Giants a laughing stock. I don't care that, you can say whatever you want. This is the one time I'd be okay with John Mara going to Joe Shane's office, be like, make this guy unemployed now. This is the one
no,
time I'm okay with him meddling.
I agree. Yeah, he was doing a lot of.
He
It,
threw a punch. Like, are you stupid?
wasn't he like he had a guy on the ground and he like pushed his head further to the turf for no
Yeah.
reason. And I
Yeah.
was just like, buddy.
Or when he was beat and he just came across and threw it. Like, I'm like, what are you doing, dude?
I
What are you
know.
doing?
And then he had the audacity to like yell on the sideline at the
Yeah, the
coaching staff.
audacity to yell, like, dude, you suck. You better like chill out. You do not have any right to talk the way you're talking right now.
by the way, had a 17.2 Pro Football Focus grade, so probably the worst blocking grade I've seen in my life.
That's way too high. That's still too high.
Yeah, he was
Four
terrible.
straight penalties. He cost us a touchdown on that drive because Wandale was at the 1 yard line and we had to go back 15 yards because he decided to put somebody's head into the dirt.
Yeah, he wants to be an idiot. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah. What else? Oh, we have now conceded 4 60+ yard field goals in the final 4 seconds 4 times, as we know. Jake Elliott from Virginia.
I got a stat on that too. Let me just pull it up real
Oh,
quick.
perfect.
21% of all 60-yard field goals in the NFL since 2014 are against the Giants, and all have been as time expired in the fourth quarter.
Fantastic.
21%. That is an absurdly high number
That is high.
for 60-yard field goals.
It's not good. Like
No.
that just shows we're getting heartbroken.
And how
too
many
many
60
times.
yard field goals have there been in the NFL since 2014? I bet you the number's under 50.
There's been
So
more than that.
20% is a lot higher than you think it is.
Oh yeah. No. It's sad really because like kickers look, I get it. Kickers have improved over these past few
But
years,
why
and
does
though
it keep happening to us?
it keeps
Like
happening to us.
it keeps happening to us. I think like it's 3 for 3 against. I think like every single one it's a make easily.
It's just the life of a Giants fan, man. We're used to
Mm-hmm.
this, and other
Yeah,
teams maybe, they may think like, oh, like you must feel sad and everything, but it's like, yeah, but it's like at the same time we
I've
shouldn't
seen
be
this movie
because
100
yeah,
times.
we've
At some
seen it
point, you just go
before.
numb to it.
So we have mentioned a lot of history so far in this episode, but it's a sad and depressing history. But like I said, it's the life of a Giants fan. And
Since
finally,
it's a life of a Giants fan since 20. It's a life of a Giants fan since Coughlin left. I think is a better way to phrase it.
I think we're just still cursed.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
it.
it's sad.
The turning point of this franchise was Coughlin. Because yes, the last few years of Coughlin weren't great, but you look at those teams and they were competitive. They were, this and that. They did all this sort of stuff. So it does suck. I'll be right back.
Sure, no worries. But yeah, we set more history. Unfortunately, on Sunday, as well. Not even history actually.
I'm good.
But it's like we had an 87% chance to win with actually, yeah, 9 seconds left in the fourth quarter. We had a 87% chance to win, and unfortunately, that was not the case. So yeah, I legit almost felt like crying um, when Brandon Aubrey's field goal in overtime, when the seconds died down, went in. I was just like, I just had no words. I was watching the game with a couple of friends of mine, and they were like, "Are you good? Are you good?" I'm like, "Yeah." I just didn't know how to react. I was silent for a good 5-10 minutes. Uh, yeah, just not fun. Just not fun whatsoever. But hey, it's all good. We'll break it all down here. We'll go offense, defense, and special teams once Brian comes back. But yeah, otherwise it was a fun week 2 of football. We'll talk about the other games as well that occurred this past weekend. There was a Super Bowl rematch between the Eagles and the Chiefs. There was the Sunday night game that was kind of a war between the Vikings and the Falcons, and yeah, we'll talk about all that later on in the show, and then finally we'll break down Notre Dame as they unfortunately fell to 0-2 as well, just like New York. But a little bit concerning there because obviously Notre Dame lost in Week 1 to Miami. You would think a bounce back win against Texas A&M would be not only great but would kind of propel them back into the playoff conversation. Now, in my opinion, the future looks kind of bleak because yes, the schedule may look pretty easy for the rest of the season, but there is a game or two that kind of concerns me that they lose that one. It's wraps for the Irish, for the Irish, which is not what you want to see, especially because of the fact that hey, last year they made it all the way to the national championship, and now they might not even sniff the playoffs. So, but yeah, I'll slowly get into it for the Giants. I'll start on offense. Hey, 506 yards of total offense for New York. on Sunday, as Brian has returned.
Yeah, I'm
And
back. Sorry, had a
no,
phone call to take.
no, it's okay. The last time the Giants put up 500 plus yards of offense was in 2011, December 11th, 2011, which was also against the Dallas Cowboys. So, again, probably one of, if not the best offensive performances we've seen in quite some time, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Russell Wilson, hey, he was cooking. Let Russ cook, and he was cooking on Sunday. Aside from the miscommunication, interception with
Yeah.
Malik Neighbors, and the weird pass that went backwards in overtime, he was
Yeah,
out.
that was. I mean, you just take out the overtime, and Russ had a great game. Like
Yeah,
that's how you had to look at it. Like the weird throw, that's like a one in a million things. Like that just happens. An interception was bad, but hey, he threw for 450 yards. If that's the one mistake he made, I can live with it.
yeah, me as well. Yeah, hey, 30 or 41, 450 yards passing, three
Yeah.
touchdowns, was sacked 3 times, but that's the O-line's fault. We'll get into them later. But was 7 for 11 on attempts of 20 plus air yards.
That's
It had,
huge.
well, yeah, 264 deep pass yards total. So hey, when we signed him up, when we signed up for him, I should say, we knew that he would be able to push the ball down the field, and he showed that.
Mm-hmm.
And he was slinging it. Neighbors had 2 long touchdown catches. Rondale had 1 long catch as well. And he now has 66 deep touchdown passes since 2018, which now
Yeah.
leads the NFL.
And that's been a major part of Dable's offense that he hasn't been able to run yet. Like with Daniel Jones, he couldn't push the ball downfield. He couldn't throw the ball deep because Jones just lost that ability for whatever reason. Now with Russ, he can do that, and it's all good.
And it's like, with Jones, I know this season we've seen his ability to do so sometimes in Indianapolis, but not to the level that Russell Wilson has done it for quite some time now.
Mm-hmm.
And look, Wilson is pretty much working with the same offensive line like Jones did, but he's willing to push the ball down. He's not afraid to do so. So far this season it has led to big chunk plays down the field. So
Yeah,
it's great to see. I love Russ's play. The 2 plays in overtime definitely hurt for sure, no doubt about it. But at the end of the day, just
but like
super.
there's like the one bad one with like the interception. That's an arm punt, is what it is, and that's on the defense to stop them. They were at the 30 yard, their 30-yard line. So as much as we could we can't. As much as the interception looks bad for us, I'm not putting any blame for this loss on Russ. This loss all goes on Shane Bowen in the defense.
Don't remind me. I don't want to even talk about the defense today, but
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, we have to
Yeah,
later on in the show. But yeah, no, when you score 37 points, to me, that's good enough to win. I mean, for all of us, we
that's
all agree
that
that
you
that's
should
that's
win every
good
game
enough
you
to
score
win.
30. If we would have gone in blind, not knowing anything happened, we had just learned the Giants were going to score 37 points against the Cowboys. All of us would have thought we won that game.
Oh yeah, 1,000%.
Because like our biggest takeaway from last night against the Commanders was kind of the opposite. It was all right, the defense looked okay, but the offense looked terrible. If we got a similar performance out of the defense that we got against Washington, we win that game no problem.
Like I said, it's just tough, man. It's just like
Mm-hmm.
Russ played so well, Malik played so well, Waddell Robinson was fantastic. Um, because for me heading into the season, when we heard the Giants were trying to make Robinson like a deep threat,
Yeah.
I was like, he can't control it obviously, but his size at like 5'9", 5'10", it's not. You don't consider that, a deep threat down the field, or yeah, he might be even shorter actually than that. I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah, he's
Uh, but s- but still, yeah. But it's like regardless, like I couldn't see him as a deep threat. He's always been this short to intermediate type of target.
five
That
foot
jump
eight.
5'8". Yeah, see, so he's even shorter.
Yeah.
But yet the Giants were like, nah, we're gonna make him a deep threat, and hey, he showed on Sunday that maybe his height doesn't truly matter. 8 catches, 142 yards, at that nice 32-yard touchdown catch that made it 30-27 at the time. And yeah, he's okay. I was impressed.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of questionable about his role heading into this year, but it's clear that he's the receiver number 2 at this time
Oh, 100%. He's definitely
behind
taking
Malik.
that spot away from Slayton. We can talk about Slayton in a little bit, but this might be Wandale's new role. Like maybe he is just going to be a deep threat now, and that's how he gets his yards and stuff. And if that works, thank God we figured out a way to make it work with him.
Damn right, and I'm happy for him. He's a great teammate, great guy. It seems like, and I love it. Of course, our boy Malik Neighbors, we got to give him his flowers as well.
Oof.
9 catches, 167 yards, 2 touchdowns. He was amazing on Sunday. They could not
He
contain
caught
him
that touchdown
whatsoever.
when he was blind. He couldn't
I
see.
know. Wasn't that amazing or what? That was
Yes.
one of my favorite plays. When they showed the replay, I was like, no way. His fan was literally covering his face mask, and then it went away for like half a second. The ball, credit to Russ, the ball was literally the definition of right in the breadbasket
Mm-hmm.
for Malik Neighbors, man. And look, he's finally thriving with a quarterback who could sling it.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And it's crazy because that touchdown catch, according to Next Gen Stats, had a 15.7% chance to be completed, according to them. So it was.
That's what happens when you have a quarterback that can throw the football downfield and
Mm,
put it right where, Neighbors wants it to be. I know last week wasn't great, but it seems like they're finally on the same page and finally had that chemistry. I
you're damn
expect
right.
big things for Neighbors going forward.
You're damn right. I trust Russ. I trust Neighbors to make the catch when needed. I
Yeah.
know he had one drop in the game, but the
But
ball
everyone's
was
going
a
to have
bit
a
behind
drop
him.
every now and then,
Exactly, and the ball was kind of a bit behind him too.
Yeah.
On
See,
that
like
throw.
drops
So
aren't a problem if it's like, all right, you got one drop a game. You know what? No one's perfect. It happens. The drops become a problem when it's 3 or 4 in a game and it's constantly happening. Then it's like, all right, well, hang on.
yeah, let's revisit this. Let's kind of fix this before it gets too crazy. But
Yeah.
fortunately with Malik Neighbors, we don't have to worry too much because hey, honestly, he is a top 5 wide receiver. He will officially be so. Hopefully, maybe by next season.
Mm-hmm.
But he's been playing great.
I
He's
mean, he's
playing
leading
like
the league in passing and receiving yards right now.
yeah, he's playing
Here's
like a top
here's the
5
biggest
guy.
thing. Another big complaint I have with Giants. Russell Wilson's leading the league in passing yards. Neighbors leading the league in receiving yards. Okereke is leading the league in tackles, and Burns is a half a sack behind the top 3. So the Giants have 4 players in the top 5 in different statistical categories and are 0-2.
I know.
Like
It's
that's
frustrating.
what's the crazy part is that I told you the stats look that good, and yes, the offensive stats are inflated by an insane game from Russell Wilson. But it's just like if we're leading these stats, why is it not committed to winning games?
When you have players at the top of the league in their respective categories, yeah, you expect that maybe they do have a win under their belt. Maybe they are having success. Unfortunately, we do not, according to because at the end of the day, you can have all the leaders you want, but what matters is that you have more numbers or a higher number in the win column than
Yep.
the loss column. Unfortunately, that's not the case at this point in time. So yeah, it sucks, but hey, we have players for the future that we can believe in.
Mm-hmm.
Malik and Wandale and all those guys, they've
Cam
stepped up.
Scadaboo had a great
Cam
game.
Scadaboo,
Kind of having his
yes,
breakout, not a breakout game, but he was the leading carry.
that's right.
He had 43 yards. He had a touchdown. Like he looked good in the role we thought it would be. Those short, intermediate when you just need that first down and just put your head down and go.
Yeah, did have that one job in fourth down, which left a lot of a lot of Giants fans questioning why Dable went for it on fourth down. Hey, I think that play is or looking back at it, that play is the definition of hindsight's 2020. It's
Yeah,
like if he converts that, oh my God,
it's
Brian Dable was the
genius. Yeah.
smartest guy, like blah blah blah. But unfortunately, when Sam Scadaboo dropped it, it's like, oh, you should have kicked the field goal. But it's like
The question should be why did you push the ball to Scadaboo instead of trying to find one of your
that is
receivers
correct.
or putting Tracy out there who's more of a receiving back than Scadaboo is?
That's true.
That
And
should be the question surrounding that play.
And to play devil's advocate, Scadaboo did show that his ability to catch the football in training camp and preseason to an extent. Not having preseason, actually, just training camp. But hey, at the end of the day, there are other backs that you would rather throw the ball to than Scadaboo
Mm-hmm.
because he's a power back who's just
There's 4 other players in this. Like, I'd rather go Neighbors, Wandale, Tracy, Hyatt, even though he probably doesn't really have any, support left. That's what reports are saying is the Giants have just given up on him.
0 snaps again, my friend. A healthy scratch was on the field. but it was a healthy scratch. Just didn't. Actually, no, I even that he just didn't play. There's no
Yeah, no, he
scratching
didn't.
whatsoever. He
Yeah,
just didn't play. Yeah. So, um, don't know
it's
what we're
over.
doing.
It's over for him. Just move on.
Just move
If you're
on.
not gonna play him, just trade him and get something for him.
Yeah. I just wonder what's holding the Giants back from doing so. Like, is it Dable saying to
I don't
keep
know if
him
there's
or?
interest. There might not be interest.
Hmm. There's no point in releasing him either because it's like, damn, it kind of makes you look even worse. So,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, speaking of Scatterboo, I was surprised by the snap count. Scatterboo had 35 snaps
Yeah,
compared to Tracy's 28. You mentioned Scatterboo's stats already. Tracy only had 5 carries for 15 yards, did not do much at all. Was mainly the kick returner,
yeah.
which was again another questionable. I don't know what we're doing.
It's stable. Can constantly. He put Adoree Jackson back there and he got hurt. He got Wan'Dale Robinson back there and got hurt. It's like, why are you putting these starters back there? Put Bo Collins back there. Put Gunner back there. Put somebody else. That's not. Put Singletary back there. What else is he doing?
Yeah, and we also signed Xavier Gibson to the practice squad last week,
Yeah.
which I still can't believe, but I digress. Look, I was crashing out a little bit on the corner booth last week when we
Mm-hmm.
announced that. But yeah, we signed him. Hey, go maybe bring him to the active roster. But I understand that we
I
brought two.
maybe not this week because he's still learning the playbook, but I think next week we'll see an elevation for him.
Yeah. Plus, he does have fumble issues, so it's not like he's the greatest returner in the world.
No, but he's
As
better.
it
It's
is.
better to throw him back there than one of our starters.
Damn right. I don't freaking know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the running game still not where we want to be.
No
84 rushing yards on 21 carries. At this point in time, I know it's only 2 games, but Russell Wilson still leads the team in rushing.
problem.
Yeah, that is a problem because he's not the runner like he used to be. But yet his 67 yards lead the team. So, ouch. But oh yeah, Darius Slayton, by the way, shout out to him. 2 catches, 61 yards. Nice to see him make a couple plays himself.
Yeah.
Did have a pass interference in that first quarter, but I digress.
Yeah, it happens.
He was good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh Lord. I don't know exactly how to evaluate the offensive line. Uh, we already talked about it at the beginning of the show. James
I
Hudson is the
think
worst offensive
the
lineman I've seen.
current. I think Bo earned a starting spot on Sunday. I
I
think that.
agree. I agree. Oh yeah, he was fantastic. I love. I heard that when Dable was like take him out, but take Hudson out, someone was trying to tell him no, and I hope it wasn't Brasillo because we defended Brasillo quite some
Whoever
time.
said no deserves to be fired immediately.
Yeah. So I hopefully it wasn't Brasillo. But yeah, Hudson is definitely the worst lineman I've seen in my life.
You can't. He's such a liability out there right now. It's honestly what he did on Sunday is so pathetic. I know I yelled this at the beginning of the show, but an NFL lineman cannot commit 4 straight penalties in a row. All right, that leads you. Like I said, it took away a touchdown, and you want to make the argument it probably lost us the game. All right,
Yeah.
because if he's not an idiot, we're at the 1 yard line. We give it to Scatterboo. And I know we have problems in the red zone. Don't get me wrong. But we're at the 1 yard line. You're telling me we can't punch it in with Scatterboo with how good he was all day? Punch it with
Right.
Scatterboo. And then that field goal in the beginning, it's out 4 more points. So out of 4 points, the Giants lead. So at 37, it's 41. Game doesn't go to overtime.
All right, we would have won the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he like I talked about last week. He's got to be off my team.
Yeah.
And honestly, I know he'll probably be the backup for the rest of the season. But hopefully the Giants do the right thing and cut him. Maybe by midseason. I don't freaking know. Just do something. Just get him off the team. He's useless. He can't block. We signed him for Tillman to be a swing tackle. But honestly, I don't think he can even do that right. So
he showed he had no idea what was going on that day.
He really did.
The fact that he continued to get false starts was a problem.
Yeah. And Dallas doesn't have a really scary pass rush. They don't.
Yeah.
So
it's one thing if Parsons on the other side and he's going up against Parsons, like, all right, yes, I get that you're trying to get that early jump against Parsons to get the advantage. There's Parsons not there anymore, so that clearly you had no idea what was going on.
No, he was. I forgot who he was lined up against, but it doesn't matter at the end of the day. But yeah, had the 4 penalties, allowed a sack on that first drive, and yeah, Dable was like, yeah, take him out for Bo, and Hudson was quite animated as we saw on the sidelines after being taken out, but he can sit his butt down after the stuff he was doing.
Here, you want to not get taken out of the game? Don't commit 4 penalties in a row.
There
And
you
two of
go.
them being personal foul penalties, you know?
These stupid penalties to be
Yeah.
exact. This
So
is
like
football,
it's like they're
not
getting you for
boxing.
holding, you know? It's like where it's like ticky tack. Like it's personal foul penalties, and you're clearly an idiot.
Yeah. Again, this is football, not boxing or MMA. Like none of
Mm-hmm.
that. Yeah, that's not how this works. But I'm so glad to see Bo
Yeah,
this year at left tackle. He played great.
he
Only allowed
did.
one quarterback hit, one pressure after coming on that second drive. Hey, a rookie who did not play left tackle in college, mainly on the right, mostly on the right side. He was fantastic. So happy for him. And a lot of Giants fans can agree that once Andrew Thomas does come back, I still want to see Bill on that offensive line, which leads me to also criticize Greg Van Roten because he's too
Mm-hmm.
old. I can't with him anymore, my
Yeah.
friend.
Well, that's what
Um,
Bo's perfect. Bo slides right into that guard position.
yes, sir. Van Roten allowed 3 pressures. Yeah, he just looks slow, looks old, looks like he couldn't handle himself. Against Dallas, and same thing. I think he didn't look as great against the Commanders as well. So
No.
I
At this
look.
point, he's a depth option. He's someone to fill in case the guy needs a breather or something, or there's an
Mhm.
injury for like a short term injury.
Yeah,
But right now, you can't play him.
maybe play him at center. Maybe play him at center instead of
Maybe,
at right guard.
maybe.
So, but yeah, hey, John Runyon played okay. 0 pressures allowed by him. A lot proud of him as always. Illuminor had 1 pressure allowed. Good, great play by him. JMS did look like he was struggling as well. Had allowed 2 pressures himself, but there was a couple of times where he was kind of being manhandled. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, hey, another game to criticize JMS, a second round pick who was, and I'll say it again, was set to be the best center in the draft in 2023.
Not looking like it.
We have not he has not paid dividends for us whatsoever. So but yeah, hey, at the end of the day, most of the time they gave Russ time to push the ball down the field. And so it's not much you could
They
ask
were an
for.
average unit, is what I want to say. There were some
Yes, sir.
good, some bad, but overall, I can't. I'm not gonna sit here and complain like I did last week when they gave Russ no time. They play was developed, pushed the ball downfield. They did their job.
So when we talked about it before the season starts, my friend, we said if the Giants want to have success in offense, they just got to be an average offensive line group because
Yep.
you obviously can't make any major moves right this season to get linemen because great linemen are hard to come by and get deals or make deals for. So you got to
Mm-hmm.
make do with what you got right now, and that's
Yep.
why we always say just play average and we'll be all right. And against Dallas, they indeed played average. So all
Yep.
right, defense. We can all agree someone needs to go. We know who that person
Game
is.
both.
Yep. We have allowed 910 yards of total offense through 2 games, which, as you can guess, is the most in the NFL. We have allowed, since his arrival as a defensive coordinator, we have allowed 476 points, which comes to an average of 25 points per game allowed. Fantastic.
Not good.
Not good at all.
Not
So
good when the defense is supposed to be the strength of this team.
you're damn right. 25 pressures, 18 carries, and 3 sacks on Sunday. Tibbs and Burns had a sack. And how about Elijah Garcia, the practice squad elevation in overtime,
Yeah.
had that clutch sack? Very happy for him.
Oh, he
I
was
was very
pumped. I
excited.
loved it.
Yeah, I was very excited. I was like, who is number 90? And then Joe Davis was like, Elijah Garcia. And I was like, what?
Who?
So yeah, I was so happy for him. I really was. And obviously, um, when we think of defensive tackles, we think of Lawrence, we think of Robert Harris and Niz Roches, but shout out to Garcia for coming through, making
Mm-hmm.
that clutch play. So, but yeah, the top 3 guys in terms of the edge rush. Burns had a sack and 2 tackles for loss, a pass breakup. Thibodeau has once again impressed in another game. 1 sack, 2 quarterback hits as well. Abdul Carter didn't do too much, had just 1 quarterback hit.
But Carter
But
wasn't on the field, which was I wasn't getting.
yes, I do agree with that. They were on the field together 38% of the time in this
Yeah.
game, which is more than last week when it was just only 8 snaps.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, my friend, it's not. I'm not happy still. There's continues to be mismanagement with this defense.
Yeah.
As the big four of Burns, Tips, Carter, and Lawrence were on the field together for just 8 snaps, which is
Mm-hmm.
lower than in a week 1 against the Commanders. So
Yeah.
Yeah, not pretty. I don't know what I don't know
Listen,
what Bowen's doing.
like I want to give like you can make the argument, oh, Bowen, these aren't his guys, yada yada. When there is this much talent on those four guys, I don't care if you brought those guys in or not. You, a good defensive coordinator, can figure out a way to put that kind of talent into his defense. Shane Bowen has demonstrated that he cannot do that. That alone is his biggest sin. If the secondary was struggling, if the linebackers were struggling, that's one thing. The strength of this team is not living up with what it once was. Now we have issues. Now it's showing. Now it's a poor job on you. You can't do your job right.
Yeah. You're supposed to figure it out. You are a professional. You were hired to, change his defense. But you're looking like, a James Betcher who, when
Yeah.
he was hired by the Giants, he was not that great whatsoever, coming from Arizona. So I, I don't know, man. I don't want the season to continue like this because obviously I want to see some wins by our team. But if this bad stretch of defense continues down the line, we could see him gone by midseason. I
Oh,
know it's
easily,
crazy,
easily.
but we could, and maybe I don't know. Andre Patterson could be the interim DC in the meantime. I don't know.
He'd be the intern DC, but like once, and it sucks that we're talking about the offseason already. We need we need a complete change. Get away from this defensive scheme. Bring in somebody else. Like I don't care. It's time. It's time for a change.
What's that coach in Indy? Is it Amaruno? Lou Amaruno? Is that the guy?
Yes, yes. Lou.
He's a good DC. I don't mind. I wish
I don't think
it.
he's gonna leave Indy though.
Yeah, I know. I wish we could throw the bag at him, but
I mean,
you know,
but like, is he gonna like just move? Especially with
yeah,
Indy being playing the way they are right now, like, is he gonna leave that
they're
team to
playing
come to
great.
us?
And I obviously I know hindsight's 2020, but if I knew this was how the defense was going to be, I would have hired Robert Saleh
Yeah, 100%.
because he wasn't the greatest head coach in the world, but he was a really good DC during his time in SF.
There are some guys that just can't be head coaches, and Robert
Yeah,
Saleh is demonstrating he's one of them.
yeah,
I mean, look at Josh McDaniels in New England. New England's offenses look good.
yeah. And Saleh has brought an energy. He always brings the energy to, the Niners, and they love him there, so they brought him back. But I wish we threw the bag at him, but yeah, unfortunately, we're gonna have to roll with Bowen for another week. Seems like we're not gonna be letting him go, unfortunately. But yeah, hey, it's just not fun to watch this defense and
I mean,
for
it
us to
makes
allow.
no sense. His thought process makes no sense. Everybody knew that Brandon Audrey could make a kick from the logo. Why are we playing soft coverage?
Corners were on the play in overtime. We're 10 yards off the
10 yards
receivers.
off him, at least.
Yeah, prevent defense for no freaking reason.
No reason at all. Like,
Yeah.
dude, they don't need to score a touchdown. They need a field goal, and their field goal kicker is the best kicker we may ever see in our lifetime.
At most, be 5 yards at least from the receiver, not 10. 10 is
Yeah.
way too much room. But yeah, just bad play or bad decision making by the defensive coordinator. And yeah, I wish we left his butt in Dallas, but unfortunately, he's still here. So yeah, don't know how the heck we're gonna handle Mahomes and the offense
No, they're gonna
next Sunday night.
torch us because they're already playing with a vengeance. You already know it. They're
Yeah,
0
Philly.
2. They're ready to silence some people. They're gonna just light it up on us.
And as one radio host has already said, the NFL will make sure the Chiefs do not go 0-3 on Sunday. Which
That's
I know I know it's very stupid to say that and agree with that, but at the same time, it's not
it's
even
it's
that.
not that the NFL will allow them. It's the Chiefs are too good to go 0-3.
And the Giants will somehow allow them to not go 0-3.
Yes.
So unfortunately, but hey,
Mm-hmm.
don't want to be too negative right now. We'll obviously preview the game against the Chiefs on Thursday because as much as we think the Chiefs will win, there are some ways we can maybe pull off the upset on Sunday night. And I told Jared already, if the Giants win on Sunday night, I know we'll only be 1-2, but I will be insufferable on Monday.
Well, because
Um,
it's the who they beat. They beat the Chiefs.
it would be the Chiefs. Yeah, it's Patrick freaking Mahomes, who arguably is the best quarterback in this generation.
It is the best quarterback
Or
of the
is the
generation.
best.
We've
Yeah,
had this.
is.
We've had this debate before.
I know. I'm sorry, my friend. I know. Yeah, very stupid comment of me when I was like, "Oh, Mahomes not the face of the league. Who else is it gonna be? I don't know, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen." But it's not. So nice job, Nate. Um, otherwise, Darius Alexander slowly getting used to the NFL now. Played a
Mm-hmm.
few snaps, but he did look slow coming off the ball. But hopefully, he figures that out.
Yeah.
We may need to sign some linebackers. Darius also had a concussion. Chris
Yeah.
Board had a chest injury. Had to leave. Both of those guys had to leave the game. But we saw practice squad elevation Sways Bowes make his debut for the Giants. Played about less than 10 snaps, but he was in there for a little bit. Andrew Phillips once again. Hey, by the way, that unnecessary roughness call on CD Lamb on
Soft.
him, soft as fudge. I hate CD. Okay, no, I dislike CD. I don't hate anyone in the NFL,
I
but
still
I
think it's the
strongly
funniest play in
dislike.
the world where CD, there was 3 penalties against the Giants. It was because CD wanted to be a little showbo and do the
Yeah, yeah,
stupidest
yeah, yeah,
thing
yeah, yeah,
is
yeah.
he cost the Cowboys moving yards up. It's like, way to go, buddy. Yeah, you really showed us.
Yeah, I was so mad when we had the 2 penalties, and
And we'll talk
there
about
was.
penalties in a minute because I want to
Oh
get
my
into that.
god, yes. Yeah, but before you get to that, actually, I just want to make one last point about it.
You
When he
know,
was
we
doing,
got to finish up defense first, but
yeah,
like, yeah.
when he was doing that, I was just like, okay, whatever. They're not gonna penalize him. And then at the end, after they called the 2 Giants penalties, they're like,
3.
what?
There's
I
3
thought
Giants penalties on that play.
I thought it was two. Oh, well,
It was 4 penalties. 3 of them were against the Giants.
oh,
One of them against Dallas, and it offset.
yeah. When what would you call that he did? Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah,
I guess
taunting. Yeah.
number 88, and I was like, wait a minute, we don't have an 88 on defense. And they were like, this penalty's offset. I'm like, oh, what a dummy.
I'm like, we just got the luckiest break of all time.
I know. I was so happy. And I was like, yeah, screw you, CD. He's so soft. And by the way, yeah, Andre Phillips made a heck of a play on him. Like,
Yeah.
what is he supposed to just wrap up and just let him go? Like,
Mm-hmm.
he was just making a tackle.
And this is just CD talking trash all week about Drew Phillips. How, like, I forgot what he said exactly, but like he's gonna like show him, or like he's got something for him on Sunday. Like, you can't talk all that stuff, and then when Drew Phillips makes a play on you, you go and cry. That's the kid everybody hated in school.
Exactly. I don't like him. I strongly dislike CD
You
Lamb.
can't
So
you can't talk all trash, and then when someone fires back at you, you go crying. That makes you look like a word I can't say on this show.
no, Andre Phillips was playing like a true NFL player.
Mm-hmm.
CD was not,
Yeah,
or
Phillips is
acting
like,
like
you
one to
want
say
to
the
talk to
least.
talk? All right, meet me right here. We'll settle it on the field like men. And
Damn
CD
right.
Lamb went and crying.
God, I love that guy, man.
Mm-hmm.
That third round pick from Kentucky is looking real good.
Yep.
11 tackles, had the Giants' first pick of 2025, 2 pass breakouts, 1 tackle for loss. He was fantastic. Love him. He was great. Paulson Adebo, though, was getting cooked.
Yeah,
Not,
it didn't look great. Not a great showing from Adebo.
yeah,
But like, we also got to remember, Adebo is still coming off a fractured
that is
femur.
true.
Like,
Yeah,
I don't want to give like an excuse for him, but the Joe Davis. As much as I like Joe Davis, he was giving an excuse to every time Malik Neighbors burned Trayvon Diggs. Like, well, Diggs is still recovering from an injury. It's like, yeah, but Diggs isn't that good, and
yeah,
Adebo might not be that good. But like, I don't know, a fractured femur seems like an injury you don't just bounce back from.
yeah. So if you're saying that for Diggs, we gotta say the same thing for
You
this
have to
thing.
go both ways with it.
Yeah, dang right. But yeah, ups and downs what we went through when it comes to him. But he played the entire game. One target though, he allowed a 148.4 passer rating. So yay.
Mm-hmm.
Deontay Banks wasn't much better. When he was in coverage, allowed a rating of 118.8. But did have 2 tackles for loss, so he played okay.
But he had
Cordell,
that one bad coverage that cost the Giants. I forgot when it was.
mm, I
Overtime.
so was it
I
overtime?
remember a picture, and it was just like Banks was nowhere near the
Dang it.
coverage,
Yeah,
and it's just like, what's he doing out there?
don't remember that exactly either, but hey,
Yeah.
it just widens the gap between him and Cordell Flott, who is the clear CB2
Oh
moving
my God.
forward.
Yeah.
Had 2 pass deflections of himself. Had a 53 or 59 to 33 snap breakdown between in terms of him versus Banks. And when targeted, he had a 79.9 passer rating allowed. So Flott once again playing pretty well.
Yeah.
Okay, to say the least, so far this season. Javon Holland was getting cooked though. Also a lot of passer rating of 100 plus. But Tyler Newbin was good at some points. He
I
was
mean, Newbin had an interception in the end zone. He had it, and
he
Debo
had it, and
knocked it away.
I know, it was so
And
close.
it's just one of those things where just like it just hit the right area. Like we got lucky with the Lamb stuff. That's when we got unlucky.
Yeah. There's a lot of misplays, a lot of missed opportunities because not only that play, but there was a play where the ball was deflected. It was right in Dexter Lawrence's hands. And just think,
Yes,
if you
that
think about it, now if you think about it, it
that
was
was the
right
first
there.
tweet. That was the first tweet I saw after the game was over. Was what if Dexter catches that ball?
Oh man, we all been gone crazy, and it
We
would have
would have
been
won.
wraps.
That's a ball
It,
game.
it would have been wraps, man. But
Hmm.
damn, it just sucks. Um, and then last thing, coaching wise, Mike Kafka, heck of a game. Love it. Hey, I knew you could do that. Great stuff by you. Dable, you were good as well. It's just, when you have a terrible DC, you can't do much about it.
Yeah.
So, and then the refs. It's all you, my friend. What you got?
It's not. I'm not even blaming the refs because I do think this game was a ref show, as you saw from both sides of the ball.
I have to agree.
But 10, I'll even take off the 4 James Hudson penalties because I think this is James Hudson being a bad football player. This team was so undisciplined on Sunday. Like the amount of holding and personal fouls calls we have. This is something we don't see during the Coughlin era. You need discipline. We don't have that right now with the Giants. And as much as we might defend and like Dable, if he doesn't get this stuff under control, it's gonna cost him his job at some
That's
point.
right. No
Because
matter who he drafted.
yeah, well, no, because we can't go out there every single game and commit 8 to 10 penalties. Eventually, it's going to shoot us in the foot. It already shot us in the foot this game, and it's going to get even worse.
Yeah. I think the amount of yards the penalties costed us was like about 200 plus
It's
yards.
160 yards is what it costs us.
Damn near 200.
But that's a franchise record. We can't have that. And like, why is it why every play there's laundry on the field? That goes right on Dable for not having accountability and responsibility with these players. That's a big criticism you could have of Dable right now, and I think it's a warranted one.
Yeah, it can't happen.
No.
So hopefully we figure this stuff out next week. But hey, yeah, can't be committing stupid penalties. Yeah, 14 penalties for 160. They had another 7 penalties that were declined or offset. So they all
that's 21 penalties called against the Giants.
Yeah, so
or
they
committed
lost
by the Giants.
pretty much. Not good.
That's unacceptable. Unacceptable.
Yeah. Haven't seen or heard that in quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
So in total, they lost 213 yards of actual yardage when you factor in the swing on positive offensive plays, and then they lost 48 yards of field position on that opening kickoff when Olszewski brought it all the way back for a 60-yard return. Yeah, just not. Shout out to Dan Duggan, by the way, for that stat. But yeah, not pretty. So overall, my friend, it was a fun game to watch. Like we talked about, unfortunately, we came on the losing end.
If that's one of the games where like if you don't have a team in it, that's what you want is that kind of performance. But when you have a team in it and they lose, it just hurts.
Yeah, I mean everyone was watching it towards the end. The red zone was tuned into that game.
Mm-hmm.
All the guys from Belly Up were watching that game.
Everyone from Fox was being brought to that game. Like,
yeah.
We welcome you from watching this game. We welcome you for watching this. Like, I think Joe Davis said like 6 times.
Yeah.
We welcome you for watching this game. Like, yeah, all the Fox games, just like send them to the Giants game. Jeez.
Exactly. Out of all games, I was arguing that was probably the best of the.
I mean, it's nice. That means we're playing competitively, which we did say we wanted, but like, at what point is competitive just not enough?
Yeah, it's not enough for sure. Like, hey, we were in it. We played really well. We scored a lot of points on offense, but now we got to convert these into wins.
Entire game up until like the 4th quarter.
Yeah. So let's keep having this type of offense. Get offensive game for the rest of the season. Hopefully, it probably won't happen, but hey, maybe 21, 28 points a game type stuff.
That's what I want.
And go from there. Yeah. Hey, on a week 3 versus Kansas City, hey, as much as Mahomes is a great of a quarterback. And Steve Spagnuolo calls a great defense over there. They're still 0-2.
Yeah, they're beatable.
Hopefully, Andrew Thomas comes back.
Mm-hmm.
If Bone continues his bad stretch, he better be gone by midseason. But hey, if the offense can continue their explosive play and the defense just makes a couple more good stops, we might be upsetting Kansas City, and we could be right back here next week talking about, hey, New York pulled it off. So.
Mm-hmm. I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so because you start 0-3. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna sniff a win for a little bit. Maybe
Mhm.
against New Orleans, but like
New
that is
Orleans, I think Denver is beatable. I don't
they
think
are.
Denver's really once more. Philly is beatable. That offense has not been great so far. I know they're 2-0, but like if you look at what that performance on Sunday, if Travis Kelce catches that football, we're looking at a 1-1 Eagles team.
That's true. That is true. Jalen Hurts barely surpassed 100 yards.
Jalen
Um,
Hurts pushed. I think he threw 3 passes over 20 yards on Sunday.
Unlike Russ, he was not slinging the ball.
No.
Um, AJ Brown, that is a big question mark as we shift from the
Mm-hmm.
Giants to the NFL, rest of the NFL Week 2 slate as a whole. Yeah, AJ Brown, not the another dud performance by him. I don't know what's going on with him in
It's the new offensive coordinator. He's calling a lot of screen passes and just not pushing the ball downfield for them.
they have another new OC. Is that the
Yeah,
same one
because
from last year?
Kellen Moore left for New
Duh, come
Orleans.
on, Nate. Jeez Louise. Come on. I forgot about that. But yeah, no, you're 100% right. This
Yeah.
offense doesn't look the same.
No, it's
Um,
not. Yeah, it's not what it. It's not how high power it was last year. And like, granted, when you have Saquon Barkley, you don't need to throw for 400 yards in a game like Russ just did. But you do need to push the ball downfield a little bit. I don't
just a
want Jalen
tad.
Hurts to be like a screen pass merchant and only getting 100 yards.
Jalen Hurts is more than capable of slinging it when called upon.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the OC's thinking, but hey, maybe I don't know.
I don't think Yossi trusts the offense yet, for being honest. I think we're still in the learning curve of it.
Should be the other way around. The guys on the offense are
Yeah.
trusting the OC,
Mm-hmm.
which is ridiculous to say, but hey, hope there's 2-0, which is good for them.
It masked a lot of problems, but they're gonna rear their ugly head at some point.
Hey, it has to. It has to.
Mm-hmm.
So Chiefs though, yeesh.
Yeah. At least
Travis
they've lost
Kelce.
2 hard-fought games, but Travis Kelce's he's done.
Yeah, he is indeed done. And so they may not have Worthy against us. Is he
They
still
might
going to be
not.
out?
No, he might not. Yeah, he's still pretty much week to week.
So who's their Tyquan Thornton? Is he the
Hollywood
most
Brown.
right? I'm not scared of Hollywood Brown.
You can cover Hollywood
Yeah,
Brown.
Bone better figure it out. No, I'm not scared of Marquise Brown. I'm sorry. I don't know disrespect, but
Mm-hmm.
if it's Marquise Brown and Tyquan Thornton as our top 2 wide receivers,
Yeah.
yeah, we
And
can't
then
lose.
even like the run game isn't great. Like Pacheco's been fine.
He just runs hard. Like
Yeah.
he's not good. He just runs hard.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much it. So I'm
Yep.
not. God, I'll look into this more, but I really do think this. I'm not trying to be biased. This Chiefs team is beatable. We've
No,
seen that already.
the offense. It's not the Chiefs team of old, and I said this during the preseason on Fantasy Live when we were just talking about like the Chiefs offense and stuff. I'm like, they're going through kind of a transition right now where like there is no wide receiver one. Like we all like to say, oh, Rashid Rice and Xavier Worthy can be that, but like Worthy's hurt and like hasn't proven it yet. Rashid Rice is banged up and suspended, so who knows what he's going to be like when he gets back. Like, you miss 6 games. That's a good chunk of the season. It takes a while to just ramp up again.
You're damn right. Yeah. Hey, if they're gonna have success this season,
Mm-hmm.
which they somehow will, they'll figure it out. It'll be their defense that leads
Yeah.
the way.
Mm-hmm.
They have good defensive pieces.
Yeah.
On
And that doesn't take away from Patrick Mahomes being a good quarterback. It's just like, it's kind of like Brady in his last year of New England. It's like he's got nothing to work with.
yeah, the help he has now is slowly going
Yeah,
down.
like he could rely on Travis Kelce for years. Now he can't rely on him anymore. And the 2 young guys that was supposed to be like step up for Kelce's decline are not here right now.
Yeah, you could argue even if they some way somehow trade for Tyreek Hill back, which they
I don't
really
even think that fixed it because Tyreek
that
Hill isn't the receiver he was when he was with the Chiefs. He's clearly lost a step too. Tyreek Hill was built off, catching the ball and outrunning everybody. He can't do that anymore.
not anymore.
And he's got all the off the field drama too. Like he might be suspended soon. We don't know.
That domestic violence by his now ex-wife.
If that comes out to be like true, and we've seen like the NFL has kind of for years wanted to like rid themselves of that bad narrative they've had that's set with Ray Rice, like it's still kind of a narrative, they're going to make an example out of Tyreek Hill.
You're damn right. Yeah, I mean, in terms of football stuff, he did pass 100 yards for once against the Patriots, in which was also a pretty good game in itself.
Yeah, but that defense for New England was not great. They didn't have Gonzalez out there. I think if Gonzalez is out there, Tyreek Hill gets contained.
Shut down for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, hey, Kansas City, more problems than we think, or more problems than you guys might think.
You can't pencil them in for the AFC Championship game right now
You
because they're just not.
cannot,
You can't even pencil them in for the AFC West crown because I think that's going to the Chargers.
dude. And they looked pretty good against the Raiders, I would say,
Mm-hmm.
on Monday Night Football. So glad to see that there's 2 Monday night games last night. Fun to
It was
watch both
nice.
of them. Yeah, Bucks, heck of a win yesterday, and yeah, the Raiders, Geno Smith. They wrote
Bad
him
game.
off. They
Bad
wrote
game.
him off. They wrote him off, and like my friend Isaac told me yesterday, he wrote back. Uh, so 3 interceptions by him. Justin Herbert continues to look. I said it last week. I am so happy for Keenan Allen. Another touchdown
He
catch.
looked good yesterday. Him,
Yes.
him, and Herbert had that connection back, and it was great to see.
Maybe all he needed was just to come back home. Chicago didn't treat him right. Herbert's a way better quarterback
I
than
mean,
Caleb Bennett.
Chicago is a mess of a team right now. Let's be
Yeah.
honest. Like they might be a bigger mess than we are.
Yeah. 21 points scored, but 52 allowed to Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
Sheesh. I tell you, Detroit's back, but that's not the point. Chicago
Yeah,
under Ben Johnson.
I think the better question to ask is how good is Green Bay? I think that's the good question to ask.
Dude, Thursday night against the Commanders. Not only that, but like that kind of shows like, damn, we suck.
Yeah.
Like the Commanders had their way against us. Well, no, I take that back. They had their way with us. They only scored 21 points. But then they face an actual team in Green Bay.
Mm-hmm.
And then look like crap. So
yeah, so it's like, how good is this Commanders team?
Maybe not that good.
The only team we know for certain is good is the Bills, the Ravens, the Packers, and the Chargers. Would you say? Those are teams for certain we know are going to make the playoffs. Everyone else kind of has a question mark around them.
Oh, yeah. No doubt about it. Green Bay can say they have it up. Receiver number 1 right now.
Yeah.
Josh Jacobs scoring tutties. Tucker Kraft. Whoo! Tight end 1 season.
Might take over that wide receiver 1 role.
I know. I'm pretty shocked myself.
It's pretty obvious that Jalen Love and Matthew Golden don't have a chemistry or connection yet. I'm not saying it's not going to happen because I think just over time, the more they practice, the more they get on the same page. But if you're expecting anybody to take over for Jalen Reed, I think Tucker Kraft's the answer.
Yeah. Honestly, Jalen Reed was just a fill-in at this point because he wasn't really receiver number 1.
He's very similar to Darius Slayton, where he wasn't the wide receiver 1, but he was just somebody Jordan Love trusted to throw the ball to. Kind of similar how like Slayton with Daniel Jones was. We all knew Slayton was the wide receiver 1, but him and Jones just had a chemistry that like, all right, like we have to keep him around for that.
Yeah. So he was forced into that role, even though he's not a good one. But yeah, whether it was him or Christian Watson, who's still on IR at this point in time, Romeo Dobbs was a fill-in at receiver to be the receiver 1 at times, but now hopefully Matthew Golden and Jordan Love figure it out because Golden's a speedster. But hey, in the meantime, Tucker Kraft's doing just fine as the leading target. So he was great on Thursday night. God, Sunday Night Football. I'm sorry. Look, as happy as I am to see our boys play next Sunday night, this past Sunday and next Sunday, these are probably the 2 worst Sunday Night Football matchups you could cook up. Really,
and I get the thought process though. It's the quarterbacks they want.
I do, but then again, at the same time, that there's a risk because these are 2 young quarterbacks who haven't proven themselves.
Why wasn't the Super Bowl rematch Sunday Night Football?
That's what I'm thinking. But hey, I mean,
because it's clear the NFL wanted everybody to watch those games as they put 9 1:00 games and 3 4:00 games, so they're trying to push everybody to that Super Bowl rematch. if you want the nation to watch it, put it on primetime.
Yeah,
Make it a
exactly.
standalone game.
Simple as that. But no, they don't want to. So whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Bijan looked good, rushing wise.
Yeah.
That's all I got for you. JJ McCarthy's out 2 to 4 weeks now.
Yeah. A
Yep.
lot of quarterbacks being hurt this week.
Yes, you brought up a good point. So it's him. So JJ McCarthy is out. So Carson Wentz will step in. Joe Burrow's out for 3 months.
Speaking of which, Turf Toe needs a rebrand.
Yeah, I heard. I saw that. I saw that too. I don't know what you would call it, but
So I looked into it. It's like tearing a ligament in your toe. Is what basically Joe Burrow did.
But
so why can't you just call it? He has a torn ligament in his big toe. That's all you call it. Don't call it turf toe. Call it. He's got a ligament injury in his toe. People be like, oh my god, that's serious.
That's serious, but no, it's whatever. I guess. No, but injuries galore, man. It's not pretty. Burrow's.
Burrow. It's Burrow. Fields has a concussion. Daniels is questionable for next week with a knee sprain. We did Burrow. McCarthy's out. And there's one more.
Yeah, there's a Jalen Johnson for Chicago, the cornerback. He's going to be out for some time.
There's one more quarterback, like a starting quarterback that might not play next week.
Josh Allen was hurt, but he did
broke
come
his
back.
nose. I think they fixed it on the sidelines.
Yeah, they did. Marcus Mariota is the Commanders.
Yeah,
Brock Purdy might be out.
Maybe it's Brock Purdy's probably the one they were talking about.
Yeah, he might be out another week himself. So Mac Jones again.
Hey, Mac Jones is going to show why Shanahan was right. Everyone said Shanahan wanted Mac Jones over Trey Lance, and she was kind of forced to pick Trey Lance, but he wanted Mac Jones.
Now that he has him, he looks pretty good.
I will go to my grave saying that if the Patriots would have given Mac Jones an actual offensive coordinators and not the bumbling circus that is Matt Patricia and Joe Judge, that Mac Jones would still be the quarterback of the New England Patriots right now. Mac Jones looked decent his rookie year with Josh McDaniels. It would have given him another decent offensive coordinator to work with. I think he would have developed into at least a top, 11 to 17 quarterback where, he's not great, but he can win you football games. That Kirk Cousins-esque quarterback.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree with everything. He was pretty solid his rookie year, and there was so much optimism, but unfortunately, he's not just a backup quarterback, but he'll get to prove himself while Purdy's out.
Hey, if he can play well, he might get a starting job somewhere. And we've seen plenty of guys, Geno Smith, Sam Darnold, they kind of become a backup for a few years, get that starting chance, and prove that, hey, it was a bad situation, not me.
If Mac Jones continues to play well, maybe Cincinnati goes and gets him
Cincinnati goes and gets him. I know a lot of people are saying that Jameis is going to be traded. I think the Giants like Jameis' leadership too much that they're not going to move him. Because who was calming down James Hudson on the sidelines on Sunday? It was Jameis. Yeah, I think the Giants like the leadership Jameis brings, so they're not going to move him.
Yeah, love Winston, man. You can't hate him. No NFL fan can hate him.
No.
Cam Ward needs Brian Callahan to go for his sake because holy Lord.
Cam Ward has shown flashes. We can see the good quarterback. He just needs an offensive guru right next to him.
Yeah, and Callahan is just a nipple baby hire whose dad can't even coach the O-line, right? So both of those guys can get fired if you're Tennessee. You're dang right. Daniel Jones, once again, continues to look good. Hey, I'm gonna keep saying it every week.
Give him credit. I said, let me see against Denver how you do, and he looked good. He looked good.
It's been 2 weeks now. 23 or 34, 316 yards passing, 1 touchdown, along with the rushing touchdown as well. Cold start 2-0 for the first time since 2009. After a 29.
That's what Peyton Manning was still quarterback.
Indeed, it's been quite some. Obama
was that the year they went to the Super Bowl but lost to Breeze? Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yes, that is correct.
Man, Daniel Jones leads the Colts to the Super Bowl.
Boy, I tell you, if that happens, Giants fans will.
I'm gonna just blame Jim Irsay, the power of Jim Irsay's, his angel is what's causing this.
Yeah.
It's like the movie. It's Angels in the outfield, but football and Jim Irsay.
Yeah, I will also blame the Giants organization for letting a quarterback. So it was actually our fault, not Daniel Jones's fault that he couldn't succeed here.
No.
No, actually, no. You make a good point because I do want to bring the stat up that I saw yesterday. He had a 97% first read target rate. Target
Oh,
rate in
isn't
week
that
2.
interesting?
I know that. So I saw it yesterday because after Sunday, I was like, okay, maybe Jones is a he's really good, but I know that may not mean a lot, but let's revisit Jones's time with the Giants. What was he good at? Looking at, or not good at, but what was he known for? Looking at his first read and always targeting the first read. If he wasn't there, then that's when things would break down. So, hey,
It's just working right now.
it's working right now, and we saw that work for a whole year with us.
Yeah.
And that's why we made the postseason. But when the time comes where defense figures it out and takes away his first read, what happens? We'll have to see. We've seen this before, but we won't bring it into we won't, mention it in the
It's
atmosphere.
up to the Titans on Sunday to try and stop that.
Maybe they'll figure it out. Who knows? But hey, the game plan is clear. But I will say against that, he was constantly beating the blitz against Denver on Sunday. But
No, I don't want to take away from anything Daniel
I
Jones
will not
so
either.
far. He has looked good in Indianapolis so far. It's just like I'm not willing to say the Giants were the reason that he was bad yet.
Let's see more.
Let's see more.
Let's see a little bit more. So, but hey, that's week 2 for you. Let's hopefully the season can slow down a little bit more. Not looking for a Thursday night's game between the Dolphins and the Bills.
It's a blowout.
Yeah,
My God.
Buffalo should take care of business.
The bigger question is
yes.
when is Mr. McDaniels going to get fired? And if they get embarrassed on Thursday night, is it Friday morning?
I think he needs to go. I think they somehow need to stop playing Tua. Because Tua's so up and down. I know he looked good on Sunday, but it's just
the Dolphins need a whole rebuild. Like they just need to just clean house.
A concussion is coming for. I hate to say it, but a concussion is coming for.
When you have 4 concussions, it's the more concussions you have, the easier it is to get more. Yeah. So you're not saying anything like yes, we don't want another concussion for Tua, but like statistics would tell you one's coming.
It's going to happen again. Plus, to add on to the fact, like the offensive line allowed 5 sacks on Sunday. It's going to happen. We just don't know. It could come against, but it usually always happens during a primetime game.
Yeah, I think wasn't it a Thursday night game when he threw up the signs?
Yeah, that is correct. Yes, it was. I don't know if it was a Thursday or Sunday night or Monday night game, but it was 3.
I will want to say Thursday.
Yeah,
because I kind of remember because like I always like that was like my first semester when I transferred, and I had a buddy's house I used to go to watch the games with, but I had a class that went till 9:00, so I'd always walk in late, and I remember walking in late to that game.
There you go. Well, yeah, it was not a pretty sight to say the least.
No, I caught that part.
Yeah, there you go. You didn't miss that at least. The one thing I watch is that
I'm like this can't happen like on my walk over.
But yeah, unfortunately, the Dolphins, they're just a complete mess right now. They have some bright spots. Chan is one of them.
That's it.
But not much to look forward to, Miami.
Nope.
But that'll do it. Week 2 of the NFL slate is in the books. We head to week 3, and we'll preview Giants Chiefs on Thursday, as well as bring out our best bets for week 3 as well. I gotta see how our first 2 weeks of betting have looked like, or our bets have looked like. I'll come up with a graphic by Thursday, hopefully. But
standings or scoreboard or something.
Yes, that's correct.
Cool.
All right, buddy. Well, you got it. Yeah, talk to me. I don't want to talk about the Mets. We know what happened last night, so I think we'll skip that till Thursday. But one thing is clear: wild card spot or nothing.
Pretty much, yeah. 12 games.
Yeah, there we go. What's going on with the Irish, man? You gotta talk to me, man. What's
Chris
going on?
Ash deserves to be fired. He has turned the once great Notre Dame defense into a shell of what it once was. For years, Notre Dame his whole identity has been about great defensive play. That's how we won last year. That's how we had success in the past. And this year, Chris Ash has turned that defense into something unrecognizable. And look, there's always going to be growing pains with a new defensive coordinator. I even wrote that in the Notre Dame preview I wrote for Belly Up Sports. But this, so far, we had so much talent on defense, whether it be Leonard Moore, with Christian Gray in the secondary, that you thought that the growing pains would be like kind of overshadowed by how much talent's on this defense. Right now, it looks like a completely different defense from last year. They can't stop anybody. The secondary looks like garbage. They allowed 360 yards through the air and allowed Le'Veon Moss to run all over you for 3 touchdowns. That wouldn't happen last year. That's us getting outplayed, outcoached, and out-physical. And I think that last part's the big one, because the one thing you always can say about Notre Dame was their physicality. That loss on Saturday was not the offense. They scored 40 points. You could blame Tyler Buckner all you want for not, holding the field goal, but it's on the defense to get a stop. And they just could not get a stop on Saturday. This Chris Ash is not the right man for defense. And they're not going to fire him, but if they keep him around, there's more losses coming. And you know what? The playoffs are, I would say, a 5% chance. The only way Notre Dame gets in is if the ACC beats up on themselves, the Big 12 beats up on themselves, and the SEC and Big 10 aren't as good as people say they are. That's the only way, and they sneak in as like the 11 or 12th seed.
Yeah, a lot of help is needed,
and they have to go 10. They have to go 10-0 down the stretch.
Oh yeah, no more losses.
There's no more losses. Everyone needs to beat up on everybody else, and then they maybe can sneak in as like the 11th or 12th seed.
Yeah, because the committee's looking at this as like, damn, they lost to.
These are 2 top, and like, look, if you want positives, the offense looked good. You know what? Shout out to Mike Denbrock. I did kill him last time, but hey, he adjusted, gave the ball to Jeremiah Pierce and Jeremiah Lovemore. Pierce and Jeremiah Lovemore. We saw the offense working. CJ Carr had another strong game, so that's another positive sign that the offense is going to play well. But if your defense, which should be the strength of this team, and it sounds so similar to what I'm saying about the Giants, if the defense can't perform, this team isn't going anywhere.
How come both of you know what, I'm gonna say our, because Notre Dame is part as one of my top teams I'm considering to be a college football fan of. How come both of our teams are just don't have good defenses right now?
They just the coordinators. They hired they
I know. Fudge.
They use a word my friend uses. They hired Bobos as the defensive coordinators.
I love that. Yeah, it sucks for sure, but I was shocked. I think we all had Notre Dame winning against Texas A&M.
We all had Notre Dame winning one. I thought, like, even though I'm as optimistic as I could be, I'm like, they're gonna drop either Miami or Texas A&M. Those are just 2 hard games back to back. You win one, you're gonna lose the other one. It was gonna happen. But the fact that, back in the Brian Kelly days, we've been blown out in those games. The fact that we lost both those games by a combined 4 points, it is a positive sign that Notre Dame can hang with these teams.
That's true. So, hey, the rest of the season's going to be okay schedule-wise. I think
we should get a win. We're playing Purdue this week, so we should beat up on them. Arkansas is going to be a little tough. USC is going to be tough, but I want to see them play somebody first. They don't have another big game unless, like, one of the teams later on, like, just goes on a deep run that can overcome these 2 losses. Like I said, they just need a lot of help.
Mm-hmm.
And if they can't get in the playoffs, you know what? Just go to the Pop-Tart Bowl, have fun there, and we'll fix the problems of the offseason, a.k.a. we'll put Chris Ash on the unemployment line and get Mickey Millens as the defensive coordinator.
Ah, okay. Huh. I never heard of that game before.
He was a finalist last year. He was our secondary coach last year. So, like, I thought, like, well, we have old Al Golden. This is someone on Al Golden's staff. Just promote him, and it should kind of stay the course.
Yeah.
So we brought in someone with a completely different system.
Ah, there you go. All right. Well, hey, that'll do it for football-wise. In terms of MLB, the playoff, I saw something about the Dodgers. They are now likely to play in the wild card series now, which is
imagine being told that before the season.
Nice. What a bunch of
I think the bigger people, the bigger morons in this are the people that's saying that we don't. MLB is not worth watching because the Dodgers spent so much money. Well, the Dodgers and Mets just spent like both at $300 million payrolls and both going to play in the wild card. So yeah, there clearly is a reason to watch the regular season, dude. Anyone who
Yes,
said
sir.
that is just a moron and has not been watching MLB. Like MLB needs a salary cap so it can be competitive. Dude, MLB hasn't had a repeat winner since the '90 Yankees.
Yeah, trust me. No salary cap is needed whatsoever.
No, it's a salary floor is what's needed.
You're damn right. If the playoffs ended, if the season ended today, it'd be the Blue Jays, Tigers, Mariners, Yankees, it'll be Yankees, Red Sox, and the
Yes, Yankees,
that'd
Red
be
Sox. That'd be fun.
woo.
In Yankee Stadium too.
Oh, that's gonna be crazy. Yeah.
Oh God, that dweeb would be there.
I can't do it. I'm sorry. It's corny. No,
That guy is such a loser.
no, come on, man. Like, I respect it. I do.
No,
Like,
he loves the Yankees. Give me that. But just like, come on, dude. You look like, oh my God. And like, no offense to him, but just like the way he looks too. It's like, oh my God, you definitely got like, you were definitely like got like you look like the stereotypical '80s nerd in an '80s movie.
he does look like a nerd, baseball nerd
Yeah,
type guy. But I
like
digress.
he's the guy in the movie that gets like the wedgie or like the swirly or something.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like like Revenge of the Nerds. He's central casting for it.
Oh my God, no props to him, man. I give him all the credit in the world. No, that's messed up on our part a little bit, but no, I
It's
digress.
messed up, but like,
It's facts.
like, come on, like, I'm sorry.
It's not messed up if it's facts, and it's it's as simple as that.
If he walked, if they were like, like, all right, we need someone to play a nerd in this movie, and he walked in the door, like, all right, we can stop now. That guy.
It would be him. But the Astros would sneak in as the last seed if the season ended today.
Yeah.
In the NL, it'd be the Brewers, Phillies as the top two seeds, followed by the Dodgers, Cubs, Padres, and the Mets would be the sixth seed. Hey, I know we'll talk about them on Thursday, but let's both agree, Mets just got to win out. It's as simple as that.
Gotta go
Win out.
Like 7-5, 8-4 over these next 12, and you're in.
And you would just your reward for fighting that hard is taking on the Dodgers in LA for all 3 games in the wild card series. So,
yep.
Yes, sir.
But
all right.
We have gone to LA and won in the past, so
that is true. The Dodgers are a beatable team.
The Mets' magic number right now is 11.
And there's like 12 games left in the season.
Right, but like, that number will go down. Like if we win tonight and the Diamondbacks lose, that number drops to like 10.
Ah, gotcha. Well, hey, we'll have to see. Who do you guys play now?
We have the Padres coming in tonight, so it's a huge series tonight. Then we have the Cubs, and then it's the Nationals, and then we go on the road for the Cubs and the Marlins.
Seems like easy.
You would think, but the
Mets the other way.
Cubs and Padres are hard teams to play. The Marlins have always given us fits, and then it's just the Nationals.
So is the freaking Marlins, man, out of all teams. Jeez. All righty, let's get to Weddle and Pickle. Well, depending on how fast we do Weddle.
Yeah.
All right.
Russ.
You're up first.
Russ.
All right. I love it. Why not? 5. Okay.
This is a wide receiver.
Yep. Number 1. Oh, Chase, right? All right. Let's go to Pickle. Yeah, I think we got to. I didn't do the hard Weddle this time. Gosh darn it. All right. Thursday, I promise we'll do the hard Weddle. They're easy, or the regular Weddle is too easy for us.
Yeah. All right. Juan Soto.
It has to be Juan Soto at one point. Wow. That gave us nothing. I think that's the first time we got absolutely nothing.
So he's an American. He's American Central or West player and a righty not from the Dominican Republic.
Definitely not. Give me Rooker's a D. No, Rooker's a right fielder. Gosh darn it.
Yeah.
Langoliers? No, he's 27. Darn it. Come on, give me what's that ace player that's a righty? Oh my goodness.
Nick Kurtz?
No, he's a lefty. That guy hits dingers.
Yeah.
Woo! Boy, I tell you.
No. Sevy. What about Sevy?
Oh, I forgot he's still with us. I thought we would have traded him. No,
He's
it
from
was Dominican.
This
Oh
is
crap!
Dominican.
No. Okay,
It's
Central
AL
for sure.
Central.
Okay.
He's not a start. He's not a starter.
Not a starter.
So that's
Righty
me. Byron Buxton.
Could be. When healthy, he's so good, man.
Yeah, keyword.
Okay.
Not an American.
Also 31 years old. Darn it. He's old too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Bucks has been in the league for a while. He got called up like 2015, I want to say.
Jeez.
Top prospect in baseball at one point.
He's been here for some time.
Yeah.
Him
and Miguel Sano were supposed to lead the Twins to a championship, and just never happened.
Never happened. Don't tell me it's a White Sox player, by the way. I can't do that. Wait, actually, no. Robert's.
It's either a Puerto Rican or a Japanese player.
Is Robert Puerto Rican? He's Cuban.
Cuban works. Thank God.
Gosh darn
Not
it.
Cuba, so it's Puerto Rico. I mean, Correa is the first guy that comes to mind, but he's not a Twin. Let's go. Okay, let's do it. Cleveland. Oh my God! What about where's Jose Ramirez from?
He's Puerto Rican.
Dominican.
Gosh.
Jimenez is traded.
Quan. No, he's a lefty, isn't he?
Who? Quan? Yeah, he's from America.
So it's an Asian guy, probably.
No, it could be Puerto Rican.
True. Okay.
Salvi.
Royals. That's right.
He's Venezuelan. It's fine. Yeah.
Very nice, my friend. Great. Let's go. Mm-hmm. Salvador Perez has come through in me for fantasy sometimes. Actually, no, I didn't make the playoffs. I lost. No, I didn't make it because of a tiebreaker. Was so close to making the playoff. But anyways, I digress. That'll do it. Season 3, episode 37 is in the books for the Dirty Tip podcast. And yeah, it was a fun one, sort of, because, our team's lost. But that's okay. It's on the next week. You can follow us on social media. You can follow Brian at BrianPG1016. You can follow me at Nathan_124 on the Instagram and the Twitter. You can follow our podcast page at 3010 Pod as well. It's going to be 3010 Podcast, however, for TikTok. Shout out to our sponsor, SeatGeek. So you go Belly Up Sports for $20 off your first purchase. And you can find my article work, Brian's article work, and the rest of our amazing podcasts and writers that we work with at bellyupsports.com. Thursday, Giants Chiefs preview. Can the Giants pull it off? We may have some answers for you because that might be a yes. We'll also talk about the rest of the Week 3 slate, which kind of seems like a bore. But we are grateful otherwise to watch another week of football. And we'll talk about all of that on Thursday. And the Mets, we'll see how they do after these next couple of days. But for Brian, I'm Nate. Thank you guys so much for watching as always. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.